What's up, guys? My name's Brandon, and today Apple officially announced the iPhone 16 event. It's titled It's Glowtime, and it takes place on Monday, September 9th, which is different from the leaked date of September 10th that we heard last week, and it takes place at 10 a.m. Pacific or 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you go to Apple's website, you will see the animated Apple logo, which usually hints at something that will be announced at the event. So leave a comment down below with what you think this little animation means, because there's always a deeper meaning than it seems. And this seems to really be hinting at Apple Intelligence and also potentially some of the new colors that are coming with the iPhone 16. But let me know your thoughts if you interpreted this a little bit differently than I did. Anyways, let's talk about what to expect at this event, and let's start with the iPhone 16 series. So Apple will be unveiling the iPhone 16, the 16 Plus, the 16 Pro, and the 16 Pro Max. Now, as far as the iPhone 16s go, you can see these are the expected colors for that. So we have a traditional black color, we have a white, we have a pink color or a rose color, a really saturated blue color, and then also a green. Now, of course, these are just dummy models, so the colors will look a bit different in real life because they'll be using better materials, but this is just an idea as to the colors to expect for the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Plus. And then when it comes to the Pro models, we're gonna have some pretty boring colors once again. So we're expecting a black, a white, a kind of natural gray color like we saw last year on the 15 Pros, and then also a new gold or bronze color that's rumored to be called Desert Titanium. Now, as far as the screen size goes, we're expecting the same screen size for the 16 as we had on the iPhone 15 series. So we're expecting 6.1 inches and 6.7 inches for the Plus model. Now, as far as the 16 Pros, these are expected to change. So both are expected to increase in size by about 0.2 inches. So we'll have the 16 Pro at 6.3 inches. So you can see a kind of difference in size here. You can't really tell much on the dummy models, but we are expecting the 16 Pro to be 6.3 inches, and then the 16 Pro Max to be a massive 6.9 inches. And we are also expected to have bigger batteries inside as well, which is great. We're also expecting a change to the camera layout. So the iPhone 15s had this little diagonal, camera layout for the camera bump, but now for the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus, we're expected to have a vertical camera, similar to what we saw on the iPhone 10, but of course with bigger lenses. And you'll also notice a difference in the placement of the flash, whereas before that was kind of up here at the top, now it's more in the middle of the two lenses. And then something else that's going to be changing on the iPhone 16 series is that right here where the antenna band was before on the iPhone 15 series is going to be where the new action button is going to be. So this button is going to be on the bottom right side of the body, so that when you hold the device in landscape mode, you can see that the cameras are up top and your index finger will kind of just fall right on this new capture button. And this capture button is expected to be on the Pros and the regular iPhone 16 model. So Apple is going to put this new capture button on all models, and this is going to do quite a bit when it comes to taking photos and taking videos. So it's going to have built-in gestures because this will be a capacitive button. It's not going to be a mechanical button. So you will have built-in gestures such as swiping for zooming. So if you want to zoom in or zoom out, you can kind of swipe like it's a real camera. And you could also soft press on it for autofocus and then press all the way down to take a picture. It's going to really feel like maybe a DSLR camera or some type of, actual camera and not just like an iPhone, which I think will be pretty neat. Now, as far as the Pro models, you can see that the camera layout is going to be very similar to what we saw on the 15 Pro and Pro Max. It's going to be pretty much identical in terms of the layout. However, the Pro models are going to have the 5x telephoto zoom option that was an exclusive to the Pro Max last year. So last year, only the 15 Pro Max got that 5x telephoto, the tetraprism design, but now Apple is expected to bring that to the 16 Pro as well. Now, in terms of the chipset inside, we are expected to see the A18 chip on all models, along with 8 gigabytes of RAM. So that means that all devices will be capable of running Apple Intelligence, which is going to be a big big selling point that Apple is going to talk about at this event. Now, with that being said, I do think that the 16 Pros will have a faster chip, a better chip. We might see like an A18 Pro chip going inside of the 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max, so it will have better performance than the A18 on the regular 16 and 16 Plus. But as far as everything else goes on the body, you can see that everything is pretty similar to what we saw on last year's iPhone 15 and 15 Pros. All the way across, the only real change on the body, again, is going to be that action button on the bottom right-hand corner. Now, as far as the Apple Watch goes, we are going to see a new Apple Watch Series 10 at this event as well. Now, this Apple Watch is expected to have a thinner design along with a larger display. However, it's not expected to be a very big upgrade over the Series 9. We might still see that magnetic band connection, so we might have a change to the way that the bands connect to the watch itself, which that would be huge. You know, that would be a big deal, but we've not really seen any recent rumors on that, but it is still a possibility. Now, we're also expected to see an Apple Watch Ultra 3, a third gen Apple Watch Ultra, along with an Apple Watch SE, a new Apple Watch SE that could be made out of plastic. But again, we're not expecting anything groundbreaking for either of these watches. Like, we might see new health features like sleep apnea detection and blood pressure monitoring, but it's not entirely clear if Apple's going to have that ready in time to launch with these, Apple Watch models. So wouldn't expect a massive change to any of the Apple Watches coming, but we should be seeing at least 3 new watches at this event. Again, the Apple Watch Series 10, Apple Watch Ultra 3, and Apple Watch SE. Now, here's an upgrade that I think a lot of people are going to be excited about, and that is the AirPods 4. And the reason I think people are going to be excited is because we're expected to get 2 new models of the AirPods 4. They might not be both called the AirPods 4, but we're going to see 2 new models. So one is going to be basically just the next gen version, the successor to the AirPods 3. And then there's going to be an upgraded version of the AirPods that are going to be upgraded from the AirPods 4, but they're not going to quite be AirPods Pro. So they are going to support active noise cancellation, but they're not going to be priced as high as the AirPods Pro, which I think will be pretty solid for a lot of people. Now, it's unknown at the time if these new, upgraded AirPods are going to have these silicone tips like the Pros, or if they're just going to have the traditional tips like the AirPods 3 had. I've also had a few people ask me about the iPhone SE4 if we're going to see that at this event, and I do not think so. That should be coming in the spring of 2025. And then as far as the Vision Pro 2, or another version of the Apple Vision headset, I do not see that coming this year whatsoever. However, something that could be coming later this year, that is very likely to be coming later this year, are new Macs. So those will not be coming at this event. They will not be announced at this event, most likely, but we can expect to see those at some point in October. Apple could even host another event just for the Macs, like they've done several times in the past. Now, as far as the details of the event itself goes, it will be a pre-recorded event. I've had people ask me if this is going to be a live event. No, it will be pre-recorded, as it has been for the past several years, and it will be available to watch on Apple's website, or you can also tune in to my YouTube channel here, and I do always live stream my reaction to these events. You will not miss any details in that live stream from the event. You'll just be able to chat with us and react with us in real time. So if you want to check that out, be sure you are subscribed to the channel, and I will be posting that here on the channel shortly so you can get ready for it. But anyways, that is everything to expect from the upcoming It's Glowtime Apple event. Again, September 9th at 10 a.m. Pacific. I hope to see you guys in the live stream. And if you enjoyed this video, as always, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe because I will have a lot of iPhone 16 coverage coming in the coming months. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.